fear. I believe Deborah Ramirez. I still believe Anita Hill. I believe Survivor.
My name is Gregory Meredith, and my pronouns are he, him, and his. I applied for Advocates for Youth ECHO program, engaging community around HIV organizing. I was very excited when I got the acceptance letter to go to Urban Retreat.
My name is Angela Maskey, and my pronouns are she, her, hers. Through Advocates for Youth, I'm involved in IYLC, which is the International Youth Leadership Council. And as a part of IYLC, we work on youth sexual and reproductive health and rights, not only in the US, but particularly all over the world, and especially in the global south.
I'm most passionate about ending the stigma on people living with HIV. As a person living with HIV, we face a lot of stigma every day, and it's hurtful, so I want to change that. Stigma shows up in language, how people view me.
I first got involved in activism in high school. Growing up in Kentucky, I saw that many students, including myself, didn't have access to comprehensive sexuality education, and as a result were dealing with very harmful outcomes as they grew up, including unplanned pregnancy and experiencing sexual violence. And so when I came to Georgetown, I found that Georgetown, being a Catholic university, also does not provide comprehensive sexuality education or resources for its students.
At Urban Retreat, I went to different sessions with my fellow ECHO participants. We talked about HIV stigma, storytelling, disclosure. I felt empowered to go public with my status on Facebook after I left Urban Retreat. I felt like on top of the world after I left, leaving other members from the ECHO program that was living HIV positive, and they're young like me, living all over the world. It made me feel not scared to share my story and to help that other young person that might be living with HIV that can't share their story. It's important for me to share my story for people to view those who are living with HIV a different way.
Some things I've been doing for Advocates for Youth outside of IYLC have included activism, and I actually started a campaign with a number of fellow young people called Meet With Us. Young people showed up to the offices of Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, but also their own senators, in order to speak with them about Judge Kavanaugh's appointment to the Supreme Court and why this would be harmful for young people. And through this process, I was able to visit the offices of Senator Collins and Senator Murkowski several times over the course of about 2 months. And I actually found out that Senator Murkowski read one of the emails that I sent her through her staffer and knew who I was and what I was doing. So that was very meaningful to me, especially when she ultimately voted against Judge Kavanaugh's confirmation to the Supreme Court. Advocates has given me the skills and also the resources to be able to bring my story forward, to do things like talk to journalists, to speak at rallies, to leverage the voices of young people for not only myself but also my peers in order to make our voices heard as loudly as possible.
Thank Advocates for the openness, being welcome like an open door for youth to come and be themselves.
Young people deserve access to comprehensive sexuality education, and that includes information about consent, about queer sex and queer sexuality.
My community deserves respect, the right to walk down the street and not be called names, the best health care system that there is out there.